Alright, what's going on guys? So I'm going to be giving you guys an echo guide right now. This isn't going to be like the usual sort of guides that I do where I do sort of site setups. This is more so a generalized echo guide, so if anybody at like any skill level can learn how to play echo better. And the goal with this is to sort of go through giving you more beginner tips to begin with, and then go to the more advanced tips. And I'm gonna also go through tips that I've learned from professional players at the game. So definitely, like, there's definitely something for every skill level in the game to pick out from this video. So make sure you watch until the end for tips that I've like found out from pro players. Within this guide, I'm going to be going through everything from loadout to how you should play them to special little tricks that you can do with echo and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to go straight to like how you set up the loadout now. Alright, so in terms of operator loadout, echo is actually one of those like sort of extreme cases in that nearly all of his guns are viable, so you can use this, like, create a loadout with using any of these 4 guns and it'll work well, like it'll work and be good. However, I will suggest to use the MP5 SD as the main gun, like, and the Baron 9 as a secondary. But if you're confident in your ability to control the Baron 9, then you can use the shotgun, because at this current moment in the meta, the shotguns are actually, like, this shotgun especially is actually really broken. So if that's something you want to do, then go right for it. Or if you see that your team doesn't have a shotgun on site, like they don't have a smoke player, or you don't have like anybody with a shotgun, then you can just switch to that. But personally, the way that I like to play echo is I like to play long angles, so I make use of the 1.5 scope and I don't run the shotgun. So yeah, what I would recommend is to run the MP5 SD, the Baron 9 and impact grenades. But again, shield is also very viable depending on how you want to set up the site. So it's all personal preference with echo. It's literally all of this is usable, except maybe compared to the Baron 9. But if you can't control the Baron 9, depending on how you want to play is how you should pick the gun that you want to use. Next, I'm going to go over prep phase and what you should be doing in the prep phase as echo, because a lot of people I'll see when they're spawning in the prep phase, they'll just throw the drones down, they'll just start driving the drones around, putting the drones in places. And personally, you don't, like, it's just a waste of time. The way that echo is right now is drones do not go invisible, which means that, like, anybody can just see that. So it's not as, like, they're not as easy to just put around places like you used to be able to do. So with echo now, what I do in the prep phase is I'll just reinforce. If I have the shotgun on, I'll make holes and I'll just reinforce, and I'll reinforce all the site, make sure the site's good. And I'll keep the drones in my pocket. The way that you want to use the drones, there's 2 different sort of routes you can go with the drones. The first one is to play aggressively with them, and well, if your team want to play aggressively, you can use these drones to drone in your teammates and sort of do a bit of a role reverse and make it like your attackers. If you want to retake somewhere, you can just drone the room first with echo, obviously, and obviously you'll see if it's clear, and if it's not clear, you can just yellow ping them and stun them. Let's say there's somebody here, like, just holding behind this desk. You can just literally just stun him, go back down. Your teammate comes in, kills him, freebie. Like, there's not really, like, if you drone properly, there's not really much downside to doing this in terms of like counters from the enemy team, if that makes sense. Apart from if they shoot your drone. So like the way that you drone, you need to like be careful with droning. Like, make sure you're going behind cover, and like just quickly popping up, taking a shot, jumping back down, like that. Stuff like that. That's one way you can play echo. The other way, which I would prefer, like I would suggest, sorry, to do the other way, is to generally keep them in your pocket, in the round, and just sort of play, like, stay alive. So let's say for this map, for example, if I'm defending here, I would probably just sort of, I'll just sit like back gold, or I'll sit around here, make sure nobody pushes the lobby hatches, and I'll flick cams for my team. I might drive one of the echo drones around, but generally I'll try and keep them safe and alive so that I can use them to stop the plant. Because if you don't know, the echo drones actually will take somebody off the planting. And so then the way that you want to do that is generally it takes 7 seconds to plant the diffuser. So if you have your drone sort of like safely hidden on site like this, not on the roof, just on the floor, hidden behind something in the site, you can then just, as soon as you hear them go for the plant, you can count it out in your head, just count up to maybe 5. After you've counted to 5, take the drone out, quickly put it up, shoot it, drop it down and hide it again. And then at that point it gets really hard for an enemy to just shoot the drone, because obviously they need to have the good tracking to be able to either follow it in the air or quickly flick to it when it goes onto the roof. And by the time you've done that, it's really quick for them to have to flick to that. So it makes it really hard to counter that. Obviously, like I said before, echo drones are not invisible anymore, so you can't just like leave them on the roof. You can't just find a good spot in the room and just leave it on the roof, unless it's maybe like something like this. But it can still be seen from the thing, and there's not a 100% guarantee you're seeing the plant from there. So like, let's say I just hide it here. It's like very, very visible, as you can see. Like, there's just no reason to do that. Basically, what you need to do is hide it behind something and pull it out like that, and then take it back. So yeah, that's like how you should effectively sort of take people off the plant as echo. The benefits from echo come in the late round situations, where there's not enough time, and there's like, let's say it's a 3v2 to the attackers, so they're holding here. One guy's trying to plant on the back of this breach, one guy's holding this rotate, and the other guy is sort of on the hatch watching this door maybe. Your smoke can't swing to throw a smoke because he's being held. However, you as the echo can simply just jump your drone up, shoot the plant, go back down, like stuff like that, and that will win you the round if you do it like timing it right. Like I said, you want to count to maybe like 5 just to give it a couple of seconds of like leeway before you stun. Not before you jump up. Like I would say maybe count to 4, then jump up and stun, just because it takes a second actually. Now I'm going to get into some sort of little odd tips that you can do with echo, little odd tricks that you can do. So on bank, on this map bank, what you can do if you want to play really aggressively is you can actually throw a drone up here like that and get it stuck in this vent. And then what you can do from this works the best if you're defending CEO, because a lot of times people will rappel on either these windows or the site windows and try and fight the site. Obviously, you can like stopping a post plant where people are on these windows is literally impossible unless you jump out, or unless they make a mistake. So a good way to counter that is to do this. If you put the drone in the drone hole like I just did before, you can drive it out here, have 10 seconds to see what's going on, drive it back in, and then you can either jump out the window or coordinate some sort of play to get rid of the people on the windows. This just like, it works really well because you can find out exactly where they're holding the angle from. You can find out like, okay, he's holding the bottom left of this window, and then you can just quickly prep, like you can have the windows already prepped. So you prep that like in the prep phase or something. You see, okay, he's on the bottom left of this window. Quickly get off the drone, jump out, pre-fire, freebie. Like, as an attacker, you're not stopping that unless you know it's going to happen and somebody's holding for the jump out. But at that point, you'll see on the drone if somebody's holding the jump out, so you'll know not to jump out. So that's one trick you can use on bank with echo, and that works on every outside drone hole as well. You can drive your drone outside to get info, because it takes 10 seconds to destroy an echo drone outside. Like cameras, like Valk cams, it takes like around the same, but you don't have the ability to drive it back in like you do with echo drones. As well, what you can do is you can also jump. However, on bank you can't jump high enough to see the roof, so it doesn't really make a difference. Alright, so continuing the theme of echo tricks, we're on Clubhouse right now, and I want to show you another echo trick you can use. If you go into Strip Club all the way over here, by this doorway, what you can do is you can also open up this hatch, and from this hatch you can throw down an echo drone, obviously, and then you can use this door and the hatch to sort of jump the echo drone up the hatch, see what's going on outside of here, and use this door to like run out and spawn peek from it. What you can also do with this as well is when you jump the drone up the hatch, you can also see the site windows if you're defending top floor or CCTV. Sorry, if you're defending gym or CCTV, you can see all these windows. And from this, you can either coordinate peaks from the garage, or you can coordinate peaks from CC window, or you can even jump out of the site windows on them. What you can also do as well is to use this drone hole here to peek out and see the garage breach, or the even like look at these windows again. Not as good as you can see the windows from jumping up the hatch though, but it's just another option if you want to change it up a little bit and be less predictable. Alright, so for the final trick that I'll show you with echo is if you come onto theme park, you don't have to be defending throne. This works best when you're defending either bunk or initiation. And what you do is you can come down to throne and throw your drone by this drone hole here. And then what you can do is, if you're defending bunk, you can come over here to maintenance, and you can prep this window silently by sort of doing this. And then hop on the drone and just drive it outside and see if anybody's rappelling. And obviously if you see someone rappelling, you know, oh, okay, I'll just jump out. It's basically, you can do this anywhere there's sort of a drone hole, or even you can do the riskier way of putting it on a windowsill, like this. And driving it outside, but obviously if you do this you can't actually like drive it back in. You have to like come out, pick it up. So you have to like come out, kill them, pick it up, come back in. So that's a bit more risky. But it's that option there does work on every single window. So if you want to like sort of check for a claymore before you jump out, you can do that. Basically, if you want to play aggressively, you can use echo drones to do that. You can probably even do it out of this drone hole as well. Like, go out, check if it's anybody's rappelling. Yep, ping them, come back in. It's a bit slow this one though, a bit slow. But then you come back in, jump out, come on, pre-fire the ping, and it's a free play. So yeah, if you're an aggressive player, you can. If you're an aggressive player, you can still use echo to your advantage. Basically, I just want to quickly say I forgot to mention that the tip that I got from a pro was the one to use it on the drone hole in bank, which I actually got from the ex-pro player Meepy, who now coaches an NA team. So yeah, I'll leave a link to the short that I've seen that in the description. And yeah, if you enjoyed, drop a like, and I'll see you later.